Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Holy Bible in a year as part of discipling. We're currently reading from the book of Deuteronomy, and now we're listening to the song that God gave Moses to sing over the Israelites and commanded him to teach it to the Israelites and their descendants as a perpetual ordinance. So, Deuteronomy 32. Give ear, O heavens, while I speak. Let the earth hearken to the words of my mouth. May my instructions soak in like the rain, and my discourse permeate like the dew, like a downpour upon the grass, like a shower upon the crops. For I will sing the Lord's renown. Oh, proclaim the greatness of our God, the rock. How faultless are his deeds, how right are all his ways. A faithful God without deceit, how just and upright he is. Yet basely has he been treated by his degenerate children, a perverse and crooked race. Is the Lord to be thus repaid by you, O stupid and foolish people? Is he not your father who created you? Has he not made you and established you? Think back on the days of old. Reflect on the years of age upon age. Ask your father, and he will inform you. Ask your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High assigned the nations their heritage, when he parceled out the descendants of Adam, he set up the boundaries of the people after the number of the sons of God. Mhm. After the number of the sons of God. We saw this in the story of creation. Remember the sons of God? These were a certain order of angels, right? Well, the Lord's own portion was Jacob. His hereditary share was Israel. He found them in a wilderness and wasteland of howling desert. He shielded them and cared for them, guarding them as the apple of his eye. You are the apple of God's eye. As an eagle incites its nestlings forth by hovering over its brood, so he spread his wings to receive them and bore them up on his pinions, on his wings, basically. The Lord alone was their leader, no strange God was with them. He had them ride triumphant over the summits of the land and live off the products of its fields, giving them honey to suck from its rocks and olive oil from its hard stony ground, butter from its cows and milk from its sheep, while the fat of the lambs and the rams, its Bashan bulls and its goats, with the cream of its finest wheat, and the foaming blood of its grapes you drank. Mhm. Verse 15. So Jacob ate his fill, the darling, grew fat and frisky. You became fat and gross and gorged. They spurned the God who made them and scorned their saving rock. Mhm. They provoked him with strange gods and angered him with abominable idols. They offered sacrifice to demons, to no gods, to gods whom they had not known before. The newcomers just arrived, of whom their fathers had never stood in awe. You were unmindful of the rock, which is God that begot you. You forgot the God who gave you birth. When the Lord saw this, he was filled with loathing and anger towards his sons and daughters. I will hide my face from them, he said, and see what will become of them. What a fickle race they are, sons of no loyalty in them, since they are provoked me with their no God, which is just a demon, by the way, and angered me with their vain idols. I will provoke them with a no people. You and your no God, you will become my no people. I like that. That's humorous. With a foolish nation, I will anger them. Like with a nation that is just not even competition, is what I will use to bring you down. I will use it to anger you. Huh. Wow. For by my wrath a fire is enkindled that shall rage to the depths of the netherworld, consuming the earth with its yield, and licking the flames the roots of the mountains. I will spend on them war upon war, and exhaust all my arrows against them, emaciating hunger and consuming fever and bitter pestilence. And the teeth of wild beasts I will send among them, with the venom of reptiles. Verse 24. emaciating hunger and consuming fever and bitter pestilence, and the teeth of wild beasts I will send among them, with the venom of reptiles gliding in the dust. Snatched away by the sword in the street and by sheer terror at home, shall be your youth and your maiden alike, the nursing babe as well as the hoary old man. I would have said, I will make an end of them and blot out their name from men's memories, had I not feared the insolence of their enemies, feared that these foes would mistakenly boast. Our own hand won the victory. The Lord had nothing to do with it. Even your enemies, God is just like, the only reason why I won't finish you, Israelites, flat, is so that the enemies don't go to give honor to other gods and their self. Don't move into self worship. And this is how important idolatry, how vain, how vile idolatry is to God. Even for his enemies, he's not happy letting them do it. For they are a people devoid of reason, having no understanding. If they had insight, they would realize that what happened. They would understand their future and say, what would they say? How could one man rout 1,000 or two men put 2,000 to flight? One man slaying 1,000 men. Unless it was because of their rock, which is God, sold them and the Lord delivered them up. Indeed, their rock is not like our rock, and our foes are under condemnation. They're a branch of Sodom's vine stock from the vineyards of Gomorrah. Poisonous are their grapes and bitter their clusters. The wine is venom of dragons and the cruel poison of cobras. It is not preserved in my treasury, sealed up in my storehouse, against the day of vengeance and requital, against the time they lost their footing. Close at hand is the day of their disaster, and their doom is rushing upon them. Surely the Lord shall do justice for his people. On his servants he shall have pity when he sees their strength failing and their protected and unprotected alike disappearing. He will say, where are their gods whom they relied as their rock? Let those who ate the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their libations rise up now and help you. Let them be your protection. Learn then that I alone am God, and there is no God besides me. If it is I who bring both death and life, I who inflict wounds and heal them, and from my hand there is no rescue. From my hand, there's no rescue. So there's no escape of God's hand in everything, good or bad. God is in everything. If you allow yourself to see it, He's in everything. To the heavens I raise my hand, that's verse 40. To the heavens I raise my hand and swear, as surely as I live forever. I will sharpen my flashing sword, and my hand shall lay hold of the quiver. With vengeance I will repay my foes and require those who hate me. I will make my vows drunk with blood, and my sword shall forge itself with flesh, with the blood of the slain and the captured flesh from the heads of the enemy leaders. Exalt with him, you heavens, glorify him, all you angels of God, for he avenges the blood of his servants and purges his people's land. So land is very important to God, not only the physical place, not only the people and where they live, but the actual ground where our feet step, the soil. And you see in scripture that several instances where God, either a prophet, um, is actually speaking to the actual soil. Verse 44. So Moses, together with Joshua, son of Nun, went and recited all these words with this song for the people to hear. When Moses had finished speaking all these words of Israel, he said, Take to heart all the warning which I have now given you, and which you must impress on your children, that you may carry out carefully every word of this law. For this is no trivial matter for you. Rather, it means that your very life, since it is by means that you are to enjoy a long life and on the land which you will cross the Jordan to occupy. For this is no trivial matter. On that very day, the Lord said to Moses, Go up on the mount of Nebo. here in the Abarim Mountains. It is the land of Moab facing Jericho. And view the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites as their possession. Then you shall die on the mountains you have just climbed, and shall be taken to your people. So back then, you'd go to your people, to your kinsmen, when you died. Just as your brother Aaron died on the Mount of Hor, and there was taken to his people, because both of you broke faith with me among the Israelites at the waters. You broke faith with me among the Israelites at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin by failing to manifest my sanctity among the Israelites, my sanctity, my holiness, the holiness of my instructions. I tell you to do one thing and you do the other thing. You may indeed view the land at a distance, but you shall not enter the land which I am giving you to the Israelites.